Why is it playing? There it goes. Hey, welcome everybody. We are back after another short hiatus. I hope everybody is trying to stay cool because it is not cool here at all.
Not cool here either. Quite warm
Supposed to get nicer this tonight, I guess. But
yes, they say the cooler weather is coming back now. So hopefully,
we went from too cold for May for too hot for May.
But if that's a preview of things to come, it's going to be a rough summer.
I think it's always a rough summer. Anyway, since I didn't really have anything in mind to do for the show tonight, so I thought it'd be good to do a Galileo Kickstarter update, give you guys kind of what's going on there. Lots of things happening with that, and I thought we'd go over what's going to happen in June, which we're almost just about a month away from
we are
the Shatner 60th anniversary
exciting event.
Lots of cool stuff, but
things to pin down for that. But
yeah. Before we get into that, I think you have some news.
I have news. I have all kinds of news that we can discuss or not discuss. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. The boys wrapped up today with their, and I've seen it. I thought it was very satisfactory.
I've not watched it yet.
I will not spoil anything for you. But fear not, boys fans. We still have Bot Rising and The Boys Mexico on the horizon for all of you who are gore and violence fans. Bot Rising is slated to start in 2027, and The Boys Mexico is still in pre-production. Okay, Rizzo, this one's for you. Very Young Frankenstein. The Mel Brooks inspired comedy series, which I didn't even know was in the works. It's starring Zach Galifianakis, has landed a series order at FX, meaning they got the pilot, saw it, liked it, and they said, yep, bring us the series. The comedy based on Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein has been in development for nearly a year and just got its pilot order last September. So it is coming to FX. All I know is that it's because it's very Young Frankenstein. It's supposed to take place like right before the events of Young Frankenstein, which like, I don't know, Rizzo, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't know how you're going to do it without Gene Wilder.
And Madeline, who was Terry Garr. And
Terry Garr, of course. I mean, as well, most of them are dead. Terry Garr's not with us.
Bill.
What's her name? Cloris Leachman isn't with us.
Oh, Cloris Leachman, yeah.
Marty Feldman isn't with us. All these people. So obviously you would replace them. They all have been very old anyway. The original movie was what, 71 or something like that? 70? It was really old.
Yeah, we did do it on the show. Like 73.
But whatever. So it was an old movie to begin with.
It is meant to be in that spirit, very irreverent, very tongue-in-cheek. And I'd be very, very curious to see.
I will watch it just to see. I'll give it a try. The Young Frankenstein is one of my favorite movies of all time. It still makes me laugh out loud when I watch that movie. It is hysterical.
It's just like the alien.
So funny. Yeah, I mean, there's just it's Mel Brooks. I think it's his best movie, and I know Gene had a lot to do with it. We covered it on our show years back.
Yeah,
Gene wrote it, so he had a lot to do with it. But I think that one is actually better than Blazing Saddles, which is probably the next best.
Which is also
yeah. And then history of the world.
Anyway, I caught that little news article and I was like,
I had not even heard about it. And do
I
they have
figured
when it's supposed to? You say it got approved. When are they supposed to air it?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
Okay.
there's
Well, we'll see.
they got
That'll be
the
interesting.
order, so they still got to go film it and everything.
That's a definitely back to the well story.
Oh, this Joe Daly got his rewards already for the Kickstarter. Oh my gosh, mine are supposed to come tomorrow. We will cover all that.
Great.
With the news.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, we'll get to that. So go ahead.
Moving on with the news. So something else that caught my eye for reasons that we will never, ever, ever understand. Sometimes movies and TV shows find a second life on streaming, just streaming, and that is what is happening to the 2012 flop Battleship. I don't know if you guys remember the sci-fi movie Battleship. It is recently trending 14 years after its release. The sci-fi action flick starring Liam Neeson, Alexander Skarsgård, and Rihanna turned the peg guessing game. Do you guys remember playing Battleship? And
Battleship was great. It's still a good game. It's still a great board game.
They turned it into a summer blockbuster, which flopped. The movie had a bizarre premise and a corny presentation, but it's becoming a cult classic. It is climbing the streaming charts. It is now in the top 10 most watched movies on Amazon just this past weekend.
We did this movie, if I remember.
Did we do Battleship?
Yeah, I believe we did. Yeah, I believe we did. I actually liked this movie. I think it was a fun movie. It was fun.
Yeah,
don't take it too seriously.
Turn your brain off. Turn your brain off.
Yeah, it's an action. Yeah, it's an action film. Don't take it too seriously. Turn your brain off. I guess that's a good way to put it. And just enjoy the action. Yeah. Don't think too much into it. That's funny. That's interesting. That's kind of had the same feel. It was almost like a Michael Bay movie.
Yes,
there's very explosions and things blowing up,
action, things blowing up, things moving very quickly.
Very little lulls in the action. So
a lot of quips, like a lot of funny lines, but no serious dialogue or whatever.
No, it wasn't serious. I don't think it was intended to be either.
I loved it, but whatever.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was entertaining.
Anyway, it's top 10 on Amazon just this past weekend. So everybody go watch Battleship. I saw this headline. The headline read, breathless Korean sci-fi monster movie leaves audience floored at Cannes. Of course, I had to check it out. Korea, Japan, and the Far East have been consistently turning out high-quality sci-fi, paranormal, horror films, all that crap. I mean, Train to Busan is a really good example of The Rings, all that stuff. It sounds like there's another Asian classic that we can add to the list, and this thing is strange. It's not your average. It's Na Hong Jin's Hope, and it is not your average science fiction. The Associated Press, the AP article that I read, described the movie as way over the top in the very best way possible. It says it's bonkers would-be international blockbuster left the people at Cannes alternatively awed, befuddled, and thrilled. Variety's Jessica Kiang called it hilarious, unwieldy, overly long, and featuring some of the most breathtakingly elegant action movie making of this or any year. It stars Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander and some notable Korean actors. Rizzo, is this up your alley, or are you going to say pass?
Probably pass, because I hate subtitles.
Really? I'm all over this.
I just feel, here's my thing. Awesome. I just feel I end up trying to read what they're saying, and I'm missing the action because I'm paying attention to what they're trying to say. So that's why I just don't generally like subtitled movies. It may be very good, and then and at the same time, I hate when they dub them because the dubbing is always so bad. But if I had to pick, I'd rather have it dubbed than subtitled.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I mean, nothing against them. They're usually. I
don't mind subtitles, but whatever. All right, moving on. I'm all over this, and if it ever comes wandering over here to the States, I am going to be checking it out because I like over the top crap. Pluto TV has quietly added a dedicated Battlestar Galactica channel. Those of you who watch Pluto TV already know they've got a bunch of dedicated Star Trek channels and other stuff. Like if you just want 50s, like Bonanza, there's a Bonanza channel. If you want RuPaul's Drag Race, you can.
Did 78 Battlestar or 2004 Battlestar?
I don't know.
That's a very key. That's something we need to know. There's a big difference there.
Yeah, there is.
Both are good. I love both, but they're different.
Oh yeah. If you play games, if you're a gamer, Elden Ring, there is a new video game movie based on Elden Ring. It's coming out March 3rd, 2028, filmed for IMAX. For those who don't know, Elden Ring is based on a mythological story written by George R.R. Martin. It will star Jonathan Pryce, Nick Offerman, and Peter Serafinowicz, among others. Speaking of games, if you play Fortnite, you can get a huge Mandalorian and Grogu sneak peek in the game right now, with the first 10 minutes of the movie available now as part of Fortnite's massive Star Wars collaboration. You need to go in the game to something called Watch Party Island. And then on May 26th, the Mandalorian and Grogu director Jon Favreau will appear on Watch Party Island in the island's amphitheater for a Q&A with fans. So in the game, you'll talk to Jon Favreau about Mandalorian and then go play Fortnite, which is kind of weird. But
it's interesting. It's an interesting marketing thing that they're taking these different. I mean, I think it's good that they're trying these different marketing tactics.
VR, is it?
No, it's not. I might have a VR version, but I don't. Fortnite is just a. It's just a battle. You just fight other people. I don't play it.
So it's weird that they did this. So like, I get in our VR, like you and I sometimes play golf or whatever, but like I get going to concerts and stuff. Like I could see going to a Jon Favreau thing in my VR, but not.
Well, it's a video game. I mean, I don't know. Well, like I said, you're also in your 50s and not in your 20s. So
good point. I'm not kidding anymore. The one and only Mandalorian Grogu early review I saw, and I maybe shouldn't say it because I might spoil it, said this is not the way. Disney has lowered earning expectations domestically. The film is tracking at 80 to 100 million over this coming Memorial Day 4-day weekend with a $165 million budget. This is being framed as a reasonable win. They'll probably make their 165 over, the next couple weeks, but they're not.
I'll probably go see it just cause. I don't know, but yeah, I've heard that. I don't know. I think they
because it's
this is typical. The last season of Mandalorian wasn't that great compared to the first two seasons. It was 3 seasons, right? And then there was this long stretch where they didn't, where it was then they come out with this movie, and I think people have just moved on,
Yeah. When you go too long, people forget what's going on and they move on. Short attention span theater.
Yeah, that's just it.
So. Finally tonight, kids. I don't know what's going on with Star Trek right now. I really don't. I have no idea. They're releasing IDW is releasing a ton of new comic book titles or single issue standalones and stuff like that in honor of the 60th anniversary. However, most fans are hoping for a huge announcement at San Diego Comic-Con. Why? Because William Shatner was recently asked about how Star Trek became a juggernaut, and his answer was, this is what he said. I'll quote Mr. Shatner. He talked about it as a juggernaut for ratings and stuff. Then he said, in fact, there's a meeting in San Diego at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday night. It's a big Star Trek event, bigger than a regular convention. It'll be all the shows. And they invited me, and I can't go because I'm busy. And that's too bad. I'm sorry about that. He's actually going to another convention. San Diego Comic-Con is July 23 to 26. And here's the interesting thing, kids. If you Google San Diego Comic-Con, when I first Googled it, it came up and it said June 23 to 26.
Yeah, no, it's always in July. It's usually earlier in July, though, isn't it?
It is July, yes.
Yeah, it seems like it's later this year.
CBS and Paramount have consistently held big Hall H panels on Saturdays at San Diego Comic-Con for the past decade. And if you remember 10 years ago for the big 50th anniversary, that was the announcement of Star Trek Discovery. And also when were we in Vegas? I guess that wasn't the 50th. I guess
that was 2018. It
was 2018.
But it already aired by then.
Yeah, it already gone out because we were talking about Picard. 2 new comic books called Stargazers and Recollections specifically will be looking at Deep Space Nine characters, and they'll be presented through Webtoon for those of you who like comic books. And then you and I talked about this briefly today. Rizzo, Tawny Newsome, who played Marin and Beckett, is still hopeful that maybe she can get another Star Trek comedy up and running. I don't know if she can or not.
Yeah,
But-
so it was supposed to be, the way I read it, it's supposed to be a live action show that is supposed to be like almost like Love Island Star Trek kind of comedy. Like it's like people on a, it's just not Starfleet. It was just something like that. It was supposed to be like a reality. It's supposed to be like a reality show in the 23rd century or 24th century, you know, like that. But it was supposed to be.
So we're just gonna follow people around on Risa.
Yeah, I guess, or something like stupid like that. I don't know. It wasn't gonna be a starship.
You know, whatever it is. I read she had scripts finished. Like she had got scripts done, turned them in, and they were like, okay, and then nothing is silent.
You know, if it's great, they won't make it because Paramount sucks. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you might have. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping for some really great announcements for Star
Trek. But that was I think that's I think it's gonna reach. I think it's just something that she's proposing. I think it's I mean, there was a lot of people were really wanting to see the Bacula
yeah, the Federation or whatever they're gonna call it.
Yeah, the Federation show.
Not Federation. Unificate.
Yeah, I know it was. But I mean, there was a lot of people interested in that, and it sounded like a great idea. And of course, it seems like Paramount's one of those ones where it's not our idea, we're not going to take it. Yeah, it's like, whatever. Yeah, there's probably a lot of good stuff that's left on the floor, so to speak, that's in the trash. Anyway, we'll see what we get.
That's all the news I have tonight. I don't know. I have not had any good new Star Trek news for it feels like months.
Because there isn't any good news to have.
Because there is no good Star Trek news, yeah. We're just like treading water.
It is what it is. But we have good news Star Trek news because we're going to talk about Star Trek. We have good Star Trek news. Yes. So I guess we'll start with the Galileo Kickstarter. I know a lot of you use it, and it sounds like, Joe, great that you got your stuff. So if you were a Kickstarter pledge person, supporter, you should be getting most of your stuff. So basically anything. The hats, the pins, the patches, shirts, basically all the hard stuff. Digital you should have got by now. If you haven't gotten the survey, check your spam folders, check other stuff. I know there was an issue with some of the Apple accounts or something that was not getting through. So if you haven't gotten the survey from Kickstarter, even if you did the 3 payment deal, by now you should have made that 3rd payment, which automatically will kick the survey to be emailed to you. If you haven't gotten that, please email the Kickstarter at the Kickstarter email. You should go to the Kickstarter page. There's a special email address and tell them, hey, I never got my survey. The surveys are important, specifically like if you got a shirt, they need to know what size shirt you want. If you're on the Wall of Fame, which is that plaque, they need to know what you want said, your name, and how exactly you want it written out, or whoever's name you want to put there. Doesn't have to be your name, could be anybody's name, as long as it's clean, no goofiness. Yes, and those, by the way, the plaques will be sent out at a later date, just so everybody knows. So if you will get it, if you bought the $500 package and you got a pin and a patch and the glasses and a hat and shirt and all the other junk that came with it, you'll get that right away. You should be getting it. All that went out, I think, yesterday or the day before. We packed it all up last weekend. You guys probably saw the update. If you're a pledge, if you've pledged, you get that update. We spent a lot of time packing all that. So those are going out. If you're waiting on a John Eves signed print, those are going out later as well because we haven't got the print signed yet, so we can't send them out. But we wanted to get out all the stuff that we could right away, so you guys have all your stuff. As soon as possible. This is one of the hats. You have this hat, of course, and that's part of also the survey. You need to choose if a hat was part of your package, you need to pick which hat, because then you have this hat too. Very nice. And then patches, in case you guys haven't seen them, that's the actual patch.
That's what I got.
And the nice little pin, which is magnetic.
I got that too. That's Darren. The patch is Michael Kuda. That's Darren.
Yep. And in the $500 package, I don't know exactly again. Yeah, I put this little piece of paper so you can see it with the Galileo, the glass. Does really good job. And it's got the same logo as the T-shirt. It's really hard to see. Sorry, I don't know if this is any better. No. So these you get 2 of these actually for that package price. So it's really nice. Anyway, so yeah, you guys, if you haven't gotten a UPS shipping notice, you should soon. And if I guess they're already getting delivered. So if you are in Canada or anywhere else outside the US, those have not gone out yet. So these are just for US, just so you know, because the shipping is more complicated outside the US. So that's it. That's it as far as an update, as far as the pledge rewards go. I think I covered everything.
I think so too. They do send updates and they have been on top of that.
So yeah, Dave does really good. Dave and Brian do a really excellent job of
really good job
of keeping up to date. So if you go to the Kickstarter webpage, if you are a supporter, you can go to the page where you can see all the updates.
And I've done a couple of Kickstarters, including the Broken Lizard Kickstarter. This was, you know what? This is one of the best run Kickstarters I've ever seen.
One of our goals was to make sure that people were kept informed of the whole process, so that everybody knew what was going on and there was no questions and there was no, shenanigans that were just pocketing money. I could tell you the work we did over last week, the building is, the structure of the building is there. We roughed in almost all the electric over the weekend. I think it's all done now. By the help of a lot of myself, Dave Harvey, Greg Hannock, I think Dave Lafredo helped. We just pulled a lot of cable and boxes and wiring, and we did a lot of that stuff. We're still waiting on the electrician to tie in the building to the main power to the other building. It's quite complicated because of the video walls that we're putting in. We're going to have 3 video walls. We're going to have a main one in the back and 2 sides. And that's because you guys are so cool and gave us so much money to back this thing. But thankfully, Dave has put in so much work talking to China in the middle of the night to get these engineers, because this is a real deal. We have engineers in China working on this thing to make sure that that it's correct, it works. It's going to be, the poor guy is just fried. So Dave, go take a nap.
Yeah, we did ask Dave to be here, but Dave's probably sleeping.
Yeah, I'd asked Dave if he wanted to, but he's just tied up again with other stuff. He's got so many other things going on in his life. So that's it. Yeah, the building's coming along. There's going to be some really cool stuff that I can't talk about yet, but it's going to happen. You guys are going to be like really amazed when you see it. But yeah, it's coming along. Those of you coming up in June, unfortunately, will not see the Galileo. I want to make that perfectly clear. And a lot of people have asked, are we going to see it at the 60th? Unfortunately, no, unless you were part of the Kickstarter and you paid for the Shatner photo op with the Galileo. Those are the only people that will get to see it, unfortunately. But it will be on full display in September. And then going forward from there, obviously, you can go see it. But it is currently being, I don't want to say refurbished is not the right word. It's being moved so many times. It's being in storage. It's got a little hanger rash on it. So we have a professional body shop guy fixing up all the little dings and scratches in it. So it's going to look so awesome when you guys see it. I know they test fit one of the nacelles back on it, which you probably saw some pictures again where it's being stored. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm like so excited. It's going to be, you guys are going to love it.
There's a lot going on at the set tour, not just the new Galileo exhibit, but other updates that James is making throughout.
Yeah, I don't think it's a secret because he's been posting the turbo lift to the bridge is got completely rebuilt because it wasn't the right size. It was always a little too small. That's getting rebuilt. It's going to function in the sense it's not going to actually move, but the lights will work. The little handles work, stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So that's going to happen. That's coming along really well. We worked on that over the weekend as well.
I know he's been working hard on all the joists that go across.
Yeah, we redid all the cord with James. I shouldn't say we.
Actually, you know what? That looks great.
Yeah, all the overhead panels had to get redone. They weren't quite right.
And I don't have an eye for that kind of stuff, but even I understand when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I see how this works now. Like
once you see it, and the cool thing is right now there's a couple, I think when you take that left to go towards the auxiliary control, that little short corridor hasn't been done yet, and you can really tell the difference when you look at those two. But now when you look down the corridor, and they fixed it too, I guess the curve had to be fixed, so now you can go. Yeah, James was saying it was something about the way the walls were, they weren't squared up right, so he fixed that so that now you could go like almost halfway down that corridor and still not see the end. It's like the curve is correct.
I remember not being able to see the end before.
Yeah, it was before, it wasn't the way the walls were leaning, it wasn't. But anyway, so a lot of things going on there. And it's going to be, we're all doing, again, this is all aimed to getting it ready for the 60th in June. And then of course, again, reiterating, the shuttle will not be on display in June. The building won't even be accessible at that point.
We're sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, the building needs it, even though the structure's there, insulation we haven't even, like I said, the electrical was the one big job we had to get over, which we're past that. So now they got to do insulation and drywall and all the other stuff, the finish work that takes a lot of time. And then we got to do the set dressing of it and lighting of it, which is another whole, and then the video wall, which is going to be a big
job. I remember Dave and Brian were hopeful that just the room itself would be ready. But now here we are getting on near the end of May, and there's still a lot to do. So
yeah,
I don't know
amazing. Yeah, I know everybody saw like, oh, the concrete pad, and then the structure went up, and there was a roof, and they're signing, and like, oh, it should be all done. So like, what's taking so long? And it's like, if you've ever built anything like a house or anything, you'll know, or any kind of building, the structure goes up very quickly. It's all the interior stuff that takes all the time, and you're like, nothing's happening. But a lot of little things have to happen to make it finish. So that's kind of where we're getting into that part now. Tying the stuff in. Like I said, we had to hire a professional electrician.
We also need to work on the observation deck too.
The observation deck has to get done. That's kind of on James on that one. But yeah, it needs to get done regardless.
So there's still a lot that needs to be done, and none of it will be ready for June. Those of you who are coming to see us in June, and we are going to preview that event tonight. However, we are having another event in September. Trekondoroga presents the Galileo, and those tickets will be available soon. And Mr. Shatner is scheduled to come back in November. So for those of you who are thinking, oh, June, I'm not going to make it out there for June, come see us in November and come see the Galileo then.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, after September, it'll be there forever, hopefully. And you can go see it in its hangar.
In its new home.
In its new home. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. So so again, you can come back and it'll be there. This is not a tour of the Galileo. This is its permanent home.
Yes.
So it has no intention of going anywhere else. Nor can we once we bring it in, it's getting walled in.
Yeah.
There's going to be no easy way to get it out. Let's put it that way. So yeah, that's going to be an event in itself, just bringing it to its new home.
Yeah, I want that day that happens. I would be there for that.
Yeah, it's a whole. I think we have to shut the street down and the whole 9 yards, and it's going to be like an event. So, all right. So that's about all I can say. If you guys have specific questions about the Kickstarter and you want to post it, I'm happy to try to answer them. Or you can easily, of course, Mary Beth's got she put it in the chat there, landthegalileo@gmail.com. You can email them directly, and Brian or Dave will answer you. And they're really good about that. So they get right back to you. Okay. Moving on to the June event, which is Bill Shatner and company. Many companies.
So in June 25 to 28, we will have with Mr. Shatner, Miss Louise Sorel, France Nguyen, Phil Morris, Nancy Kovac, Robert Metz, Clint Howard, and of course, Barbara Luna will all be joining him to celebrate Star Trek's 60th anniversary. And all of those celebrities will be doing autographs, photographs, and bridge chats, as well as their live on stage. And you do get the live on stage with your with your event
General
general admission.
Yeah.
But honestly, guys, get a chat. Just go hang out with them for 45 minutes to an hour on the bridge. It's like the most personal FaceTime you can get
Yeah,
with these guys at any event.
and I don't mean to sound like morbid, but these folks aren't going to be with us forever. And take the opportunity. And this is such a good place, whether it's Bill Shatner or Barbara Luna or any of them, or Clint Howard, and just you're not going to get as close to them here than you will at any other.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have gone to any other events. I don't know if you've been to Star Trek Las Vegas. I don't know if you've been to San Diego Comic-Con or any of the Comic-Cons or fan expos, but we are so unique in that respect. And we're the only place on earth where you can tour someplace with a celebrity, or sit on the bridge on the set that they performed on and talk to them, for an hour at a time. No other event offers that. And we also offer the usual stuff, the photos, the autos, the on stage presentation. It's
the Bill Shatner experience alone is amazing for people. And I know we've talked about this many times, but Barbara or one of the other, Luis or some of that, you go to Star Trek Las Vegas and they have a table, and usually you can just walk right up and you can chit chat with them.
Yeah, you can chat.
But you don't do that with Bill Shatner at Star Trek Las Vegas. If you get it's very, very, very mechanical, and it's not Bill's fault. It's just the sheer number of people that are running through. He can't just be talked to everybody.
Thank you, Bill.
But here, or I should say in Thai, he does talk to people, especially if you're on the bridge chat, especially if you're on his tour. Yes. He is very engaging with people. He likes to find out what people do, what
where you're
very
from,
inquisitive.
what you do.
Yeah. So if you're, if you want to get, I know it's not an inexpensive endeavor per se compared to some of the other cons, but you won't have a better experience, honestly, with him. He's
his big package is called the Admiral's package. It is the most expensive package we have, and I'm going to be really honest, you guys, it's the first thing to sell out every time. And we had 3 sessions of it, which is a tour with him and a bridge chat with him, and then the Admiral's dinner and all the other stuff. And we had 3 sessions of it, and James said add a 4th, and that sold out. It was sold out within a week. I mean,
those are always full. So even if you can just get the bridge chat, or just the tour, it's so worth it.
So worth it.
Yeah, he's still an amazing person at 95. Just I don't know how he does it. I get tired. I help with his security, and I get exhausted because I have to follow him around all day.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it. I need a break from all the stuff he does.
And I remember last time you guys were like, you've overscheduled him. Nope, he did it. He did it.
Well, yeah, and he, over the few years, I mean, he has slowed down a little bit, but he was sick for a while too, so that was probably part of it. Yeah. But yeah, he just keeps chugging, and he loves coming up there. He has told us, me and Joel, the guy, the ones of us that are kind of around him all day, he has said it more than once. He said, when I can't do these events anymore, this will be the last one I stop doing, because he likes coming up there so much. He just loves it.
Because it's a different experience. Because imagine you're William Shatner and you go to San Diego Comic-Con, and San Diego Comic-Con draws 40,000 people, 50,000 people?
Oh, it's way more than that.
More than that.
It's in the hundreds of thousands, I think.
Yeah. How many thousands of them are in your line, and you can't but at the set tour, it's you and 30. We squeeze in a few extra, you and 40 people. Yeah. You're just sitting there in your chair, your captain's chair, and everyone's sitting around you, and you can relax, and you have an hour, and you can talk, and you can go around and ask people questions. And it's he's so smart. He's erudite. He knows, a person will say, yes, I work in medical, whatever. And he'll be like, why, yes, I just read about blah, blah, blah. And someone else
or if he doesn't, he will not let a question go. In other words, if he asks you a question and you answer him, he'll go, what is that? And he doesn't understand what your answer is. He'll go, what does that mean? And he will latch onto it. I mean, I think the last time he was up there, somebody said something. We're talking about technology, and somebody said something about a pixel, the difference between 4K and H. and
And
he couldn't he was having trouble getting the definition of what a pixel is. Like, what is that? You know?
Yep, I
So
was
we
there for
spent
that.
10 minutes
It
discussing
got
until he
very
understood. Okay, now
granular
I get what you mean
on
when you say a
pixels. Yeah.
pixel.
Yeah.
So,
But he's smart. Like his breadth of knowledge on so many topics is phenomenal. Like no matter what you do, he'd be like, "Well, yes, I've heard of da 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 da," or whatever.
Yeah, he's very well read. He's incredibly inquisitive. Like I said, having been able to just talk to him as we're driving, he's just always asking questions, and he's just always interested about things that are, you would think maybe would be mundane, but he'll and he has a very good way of picking people that he knows have an interesting story. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
He seems to know.
So, I guess I really don't want to sound like I'm gushing, but I guess I'm gushing.
We gush over him every time he comes.
Yeah,
I think it's so funny. I sit out in the. Those of you who've been kind of know with my aquarium, my vestibule where I sit out and do tickets and stuff. And when he comes in, I make the girls stand. Like we all stand for him because I just feel like he deserves the respect, Like,
yeah. How many times he's been? This is going to be like what, the 12th or something like that? I think
more than that. I think we're up more like 14 or
yeah,
something.
and I've been to every single one, and it's like I've not been jaded at all. It's still love to see him and love to be able to talk to him, and it's just it's
Chris
great.
is saying
Lucky that they're doing it.
Yeah, Chris is saying Frakes calls what we do a gathering rather than a convention because
that's a good
That's
definitely
really
not a convention. It's definitely not a convention in the traditional sense.
No, it's not a conventional convention.
Yeah, Frakes is big. I love Jonathan. Don't get me wrong, but he is a wrecking ball when he gets in that set.
He did touch.
He likes to damage things.
Sir, it's not a real set. It's a museum.
Well, he does. He thinks there's an army of prop people that come and just repair things when he breaks it.
Where's the gaffers and the grip?
Where there's a bunch of spares like they do on a show.
Where's set?
Yeah, no, that's the only one we have. You can't break that.
Bill is saying you talked to him about AI. Yeah, he Shatner, not Frakes, but yeah, it's just absolutely phenomenal. So anyway, he is back with all those other lovely, lovely people, all of them who have something to offer and something to do, and we would love to see you up there to join us for this 60th anniversary celebration.
Yeah, and we'll also have vendors as usual. So some of the vendors
will have a few
selling stuff. We're gonna have I guess we're doing the dinner on the one night at the Knights of Columbus, which is usually good food if you've signed up for that.
Yep, that's for the Admirals.
Yep, the Admirals dinner, which Bill does attend. He's, and sometimes they do an auction, so you might catch, and those always go well.
I don't know what the plan is for dinner this year. Usually, I kind of know what the deal is.
Last year they didn't. I don't think they did one. It depends on how Bill's feeling. I think some of it he gets tired. So if he's tired, I think he kind of cuts it short. If he's feeling his oats and James has something for him to auction off. I mean, I think one year somebody gave, what was it? A picture, a signed print of something, like a print from the original show. It was like a candid shot. And I think, and the woman, and a kiss, I believe.
Yes, she wanted a kiss.
She wanted that, and she paid thousands of dollars for that. She gave him a good kiss. So
I remember that.
That was a few years back. Yeah, so
that was a couple of years back.
Yeah, so you never know what you're going to see, is what I'm trying to say. It can get.
And we, like I said, we do have a couple other presentations going on. If the live on stage is not your thing, go to the other presentations, and we'll have an ongoing scavenger hunt throughout the weekend.
Oh yeah, that's a new. Yep.
So there's stuff going on. We're excited.
Yeah,
we've got a few more details to pin down, but we're pretty excited.
Yeah. So what are the dates to let people know?
The dates are Thursday, June 25, Friday, June 26, Saturday, June 27, and Sunday, June 28.
Right.
The schedule will be up on the website. Hopefully by the end of May. I'm aiming for May 28, 29, 30, somewhere right in there. But certainly by June 1st, I will have some kind of schedule up on the website.
And if you're looking for a photo op or an autograph, plan to be there for the weekend. Don't say I'm going to come in on Friday and that's it.
This
and
isn't
then
a day trip.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we've had to change schedules things crop up with Bill, and then we don't want to disappoint you because you couldn't stay the extra day when we're going to do the other thing.
Yep,
It is considered a weekend, even though we do sell, I think, 1 day passes.
No,
really,
we don't. It's just your event
for the weekend. Okay. I thought it was
good for all the days, whether you come for 1 day or all 4 days. You only need one event general admission.
Yeah.
However, as Rizzo just pointed out, most of these events only happen once. Photos of Mr. Shatner will only happen once. You must be present to get it. But autographs with Mr. Shatner will only happen once. You must be present to get your autograph. I know that's hard for a lot of people. That's why they're all very antsy for that schedule right now. And I know they want it and I know they need it. And we are working on it.
Yeah. And one of the concerns we get is accommodations in Ticonderoga, which is very limited. We know that. But if you guys are start looking out farther out in the area, particularly going down towards Lake George. There's Airbnbs. There are smaller hotels down that way. You can go all the way to Queens to Lake George. It's not a bad ride up 9N. It is about 45 minutes to an hour, but it's a beautiful ride along the lake. And yeah, it's if you're coming up for the day and you're going home for the night, it's really I was just up there. I was staying in Bolton Landing, which was almost all the way to Lake George, and it really wasn't a bad ride back and forth. So
it's really nice.
You just once you're going up, obviously if you need to go back and forth to your room, that's not an option. But if you come up, plan for the day, yeah. So there are other options. You don't have to stay in Thai. Of course, that is convenient, but we know that it's limited. Nothing we can do about that, unfortunately.
Ticonderoga only has a population of about 2,000, 3,000, somewhere in there. It's not a city. It's not a big,
no,
and we're in a very unique, a unique spot there. And it's got its pros and it's got its cons, but I'm going to lean heavily on the pros. It's a lovely small town. And it's got that lovely small town feel. And I think that's really great because it helps lend to the whole intimacy of the event.
Yeah.
You're not going to a huge city. I think, New York City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if we were in Orlando or in New York or even Lake George, we would have way more people and it wouldn't be the same feel. So I think it's kind of that. It's this, okay, we have this nice small venue. Yeah, we can only handle maybe 1,000 people max.
Yeah.
But at the same time, those 1,000 people get a really nice experience as opposed to probably somebody who's at a larger Comic-Con. Even Montreal, 65,000 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we had for hours.
So,
saw Mr. Shatner for 2 nanoseconds, and then that was it.
Star Trek Las Vegas, same thing. I know he's going to be at Star Trek Las Vegas this year. If you want an autograph, that's going to be a long line, and you're going to be on it for a very long time. Yeah. Trust me, I know I've been there. This will be the third year in a row I think I'm going this year. So, it's a great time. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of fun, but it's not the same as this. Not in any way.
And we tell people all the time, people look at our line, and our line will go like down our parking lot across the, front of the building and then up the next street. And people are like, oh my God, that's so long. And we're like, no. Don't wander.
Photos go fast. Autographs go relatively quick too.
Autographs go fast too. Yeah. Once that line gets moving, that line will go so fast. You do not have time to go get coffee. Do not go get coffee. And I've had people do it. Leave the line, say, oh my God, we're going to be here forever. Leave the line, go across the street to either House of Grease or Burley's. And then when they came back, it was all done. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. You've missed it. It's over. And they were like,
yeah,
we told you it would move fast.
Yeah, the photo line moves. They ran through like 600 in an hour. 600 people like in an hour, I think, or an hour and a half. 600,
but yeah, our team goes.
It was fast. It was really fast. So they went photo, and that's true for most Comic-Cons I've found. Once they start doing the photo line quick. It's autograph lines that take the time because people they want to have a little chit chat. It's not the sign go.
Only
the photographs are very quick.
Communicate
but
with
if you want to have at least a minute maybe to talk to the person if they're and that depends on the guest. I know when I did one of the cons, Robert Englund, he was spending like 5-10 minutes with people.
Yeah.
I mean, and the line was insanely long. And I'm like, we're never going to get, of course, a lot of people got stuck. They had to come back the next day because he had, he could only do it for so long. But he was just talking to people,
or people have other events to go.
Great
like, I have to take it for something else.
I was just up in Essex Junction for the Vermont Sci-Fi con there, and Bruce Boxleiter and Christian were there, and Bruce doing the same thing. We chit chat, he's signing your thing, and you're talking and talking and talking and talking, and now that line had like 20 people on it, and it's still you're like,
yeah, you're still wondering like, there are people behind me
until it's your turn, then you can take all the time you want. I literally, it was funny because talking about that, Claudia and him were like right next to each other. And I had a picture. I think I showed it on the show, but I got a picture with both of them, and of course I wanted them both to sign it. And I'm on the Bruce Boxleiter line. It's there. She's right there, and then there's like nobody on her line to get an autograph. So I go to the guy behind me. I'm like, "Do you mind if I just jump out of line?" I just went over there, had her sign my thing, chit chatted with her, and got back in line. And had moved like a foot, So he's like, "Yeah, I don't care." He's like, "What's the difference? It's a big deal." So that was lucky for me that I was able to do this while I was waiting, because I was like, "There's nobody there."
I love when celebrities do that, like when they will bother to talk to you, because I think that means everything. That means everything. Because they
you would have liked. It's too bad you couldn't come up there. You would have. They had a great panel discussion, the two of them.
Man, I was so tempted. Like,
it's a long ride for you. I get it. It was.
Yeah, it's long, and
it's like it probably been close to 3.5 hours, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half for me, so
maybe longer.
But I just went for the day. But yeah, it was good. It's good. Since that's a nice little con too. It's not very busy.
Yeah,
I pulled up at the time it was supposed to open. There was like nobody in the parking lot. I like walked right. It was no line.
All the vendors and stuff were there.
All the vendors were already in there.
The Granite State one that we went to, it was another nice
Granite Con. Yeah, that one's getting big. The biggest problem with Granite Con is they're still doing that silly split venue where they have you didn't go the last few years, but they do half of it at that DoubleTree, and then they do across the street. They use the Southern New Hampshire University's arena, which is like a hockey arena, and the problem is the two venues have different rules. The arena is much stricter on weapons, and I mean, like, so like if you have like your little sword or something for your cosplay, even a pocket knife, don't allow it. No food or drinks in there, which is ridiculous because they sell stuff across the street and all, So it's a very strange arrangement, and I wish they would figure something better out.
Yeah, I agree with that. But nevertheless, I like the one in Essex, this one, the Granite State. There's a couple other small ones sort of around New England. And I got to say, if you want to dip your toes into the con experience, but you don't want to go to like New York City, the Javits Center, try one of the smaller ones. The celebrities are there. The lines are shorter.
Don't go to Granite Con because that's the same weekend as Galileo.
Yeah, don't go to Granite Con. Same weekend as Galileo.
Not this year.
And also maybe one in Raleigh. I think there's, because Shatner... No, maybe not.
The Boston one isn't that big either. It's big, but it's not huge. It's not like
Boston one. I've been to Fan Expo at Boston, and it was like wall to wall bodies.
Was it? I've heard it's not as big, but yeah, you can also make the trek up to Canada if you're closer in that direction too. Yeah. Montreal's pretty big. That's right around the 4th of July.
Something that
Ottawa is not as
wish
big.
We could do is I'm going to, because I went last year to the Supernatural convention in Boston, and I'm going again this year, and they cap it out. They're like, "What's the capacity of the theater? 2,000." Boom, 2,000. And when those 2,000 are gone,
gone. Most cons don't do that.
No, they don't. They don't. And I can't see James doing it, but I would love to do. I would love to cap us at like 500. I think that would be the
well, I mean, we have to have some limit because we can't. I mean, like you said, there's only so many bridge chats. There's only so many tours we can fit into a weekend. So there is a cap. It may not be a number that we've come up with. We haven't hit it yet because we'll do, because along with your admission, you get a regular tour of the sets, and may not regular with our regular guide.
That's like an hour,
and we do those well into the night, 10 11 o'clock at night. We're still running those so that people can get those in.
Yep. Bill says Star Trek Long Island's pretty good too. I haven't been to that one yet.
I've not been to that one either. I could do that. It's doable. But it's an interesting year because we have that, and then of course I want to mention Max's Mission 60s at the TWA at the end of October. That's going to be a really cool event. That's going to be, I think, a Friday, Saturday. Sunday thing, or Friday night, Saturday and Sunday thing. He's got some really good guests, Doug Drexler being one of them, but a couple of astronauts, I think, a bunch of people from NASA. It's going to be a very, very space-oriented event. You can go to, I forgot what his website is, but if you go to Lunar Replicas, I think he has the link through there.
Yes, he does. And it is on Facebook too. It's Mission 60.
Mission 60s.
Mission 60s, yeah.
So if you haven't ever been or know of what the TWA Hotel is at JFK, Kennedy Airport there in New York City, it is a reproduction of a 60s airport hotel. So it has that very modern, mid-century modern feel to it. Rotary phones, the whole 9 yards. It's a really cool place. I don't know why I can't type while I'm doing this, but
yes.
I can't type and talk at the same time.
It's all good.
It's all
good. Chris is saying, Chris Lurch, I didn't know working the lines was one of your favorite things to do. God love you. How you feeling, Chris?
Chris, you're a machine, buddy.
You are a machine when you're with us. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, here, I'll just put the link. Hang on, let me get back to here. Put it here, there. There
it is. Nice.
So yeah, that's gonna be a neat event. Tickets are on sale for that, and I think you said that tickets are going to go on sale soon for the September event. Correct?
Yes, I have submitted the tickets to Brett Master, so he should be getting those up soon.
Yeah. So that's Bill's
going to that. Good for you,
Walter
Bill.
Koenig, George Takei, and Brent Spiner now, right?
And Brent Spiner, which
an odd third there, but
I'm so excited.
Why not? Why not?
Come on, Brent, come do Galileo stuff with us.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah. I think didn't he request to come? I think, or something like that.
Yes, he has to come. Like
he has to come. So maybe he's a Galileo fan.
Maybe he's a Galileo fan.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill.
Right. Shall we wrap it for the night?
Yeah, I think we're about done in case anybody has a specific question about the events. But of course, all the events, StarTrekTour.com. You can find everything. That's where the tickets will go on sale. Tickets for September will be going on sale soon. I'm sure we'll announce that on Facebook if you follow their page. Those will go up, and you can start getting those packages before they sell out. And of course, we're having the dedication. That again goes with the Kickstarter, but we're probably going to set up something so even people can watch it remotely on a monitor somewhere. We're trying to work something out. There's a lot of tech issues there, but we're trying to make sure.
But I would like very much for all the general admission people to.
I don't know how we're exactly going to do it. We may live stream it on like YouTube or something. So we're trying to figure out the tech. So on that note.
So Roy has not posted what he's doing this weekend. So I don't know what's going on over there on Roy's sci-fi tie-dye sci-fi. Phil is filling in all over the schedule. He'll be on before Bill tomorrow. He'll be on after Chris tomorrow. He has his regular show at 4. And then Friday night, I will be joining Phil on Friday Night Freeform to lull all the little goth baby girls and goth baby boys to sleep with a look at goth music. Put on your vampire bat pajamas, slide into your black silk sheets, and tune into WUSB Stony Brook at 9 p.m. so Phil and I can rock you to gothy dreams.
Oh, geez. Okay. I don't know what goth music. Only thing I'm thinking of is like a lot of organ music, you know?
No, goth is like the Atmosphere by Joy Division and that kind of stuff. Like it's really whatever. Except I'm not playing any goth. Phil goes, come on and do goth me. I'm like, okay. And then I immediately made a playlist that was like softcore romantasy.
So it's really like Twilight music.
Yeah, Twilight music. So it's going to be an interesting night. Everybody tune into WUSB Stony Brook tomorrow's Thursday, Friday night at 9 p.m.
All right. Might have to have a chat with Phil about these things. I don't know.
Did you want to come do goth music with us?
No, I do not.
Because I would have welcomed you.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Not unless I want to do movie soundtracks.
Yes, I still want to do the TV soundtracks.
I want to do movie soundtracks. So maybe I'll talk to him and try to get him to do that at some point. So all right, on that note, I don't know what we're gonna do next week. And I had an idea earlier. I gotta write this stuff down.
You gotta write this stuff down.
That would be a good idea. and it's gone. I cannot remember what the idea was. So again, always,
You
if you
know,
guys
I should.
having something, a movie,
I'll wear
a
backlist
TV
it.
show you want us to do, movies are easier because it's a TV show. It's hard to watch seasons
hard to
of
watch
stuff
6
in short
seasons
order.
in
But
one
we'll
weekend.
come up with something as usual. I'll try to. I got to work on them better, a little more in advance. But I've been busy summer already. It's not slowing down. So on that note, I will say live long and prosper, and may the force be with you always. Good night, folks. See you in June.